Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be ranking Funko's, in my opinion, top 10 best figures that they've made so far. And so yeah, I think this is a good time to do this considering that they lost their license, so we can't make any more figures. So yeah, I'm going to rank their top 10 best ones in my opinion. So yeah, let's get on with it. Okay, so for our first one we have Springtrap from FNAF 1. Now he wasn't actually from FNAF 1, but that's the line he came out in. But yeah, overall I think he's pretty cool. He takes up the number 10 spot in today's video. So yeah, I think he looks really cool, honestly. He's a Build-A-Figure. He's pretty accurate. He has a lot of details, as you can see. I overall think he's really cool. My only issue is that his head and face look really weird. They don't really look accurate at all to how he looks like in FNAF 3. So I think they really could have changed and improved on that. But it was the first buildable figure, so I mean, they couldn't really do too much. But I think it's overall a really good figure. He can pose around quite a lot, but his elbows are pretty limited because of like his shoulder pads. But overall, he's a really good figure, and so that's why I think he deserves the number 10 spot. Okay, so for our number 9 spot, we have Arctic Bora from FNAF AR. Now, she gets on the number 9 spot because she's very accurate, as you can see, to how she looks like in game. And I think this is probably one of Funko's most accurate figures to date. I think they just nailed it and did a really good job. As you can see, it has clear plastic and stuff. The paint job looks really nice. One thing I don't like is how the feet are stuck into the little pedestal thing. But overall, this figure is just like really good and stuff. Nothing really wrong with it, other than like what I mentioned about how you can't remove the legs and stuff. But yeah, it's just very detailed and I really like it, and I think it's super accurate to the game. So that's what gets it to the number 9 spot. Okay, so for our number 8 spot, we have another FNAF AR figure, that being Firework Freddy. Now, honestly, I think this figure is really cool. I think he just looks really accurate to how he does in the game. He has his shirt, his like shorts, his firework, his hat, and glasses. I think they all look really cool. And of course, his face does not have the upper teeth, which is really nice. But his face still does look a bit weird. He doesn't really look too much like Freddy does. Even though they did improve on it from the previous versions, I still feel like the shape and overall mold of the original Freddy is a bit more accurate, even though he does have upper teeth. But this guy is still a really good figure, so that's what gets him in this number 8th spot. Okay, so for our next figure, being the number 7th, we have Ennard from Sister Location. Now, this figure is in the number 7th spot, as a lot of you might put him a lot higher. I put him a bit lower though, because he honestly is not that accurate to the game, and he just doesn't look that good, honestly. Also, if you're wondering why his little ball, like his hat, isn't there, I do have it. I just have to glue it on, so I'll have to do this thing. But anyways, I put him on the number 7 spot because he's not that good of a figure, and he's not too accurate. He's missing his eyebrows, and his overall head shape does not look that accurate to how he does in the game. And overall, his body should have a lot more wires sticking out of him, which they 100% could have done. But overall, he's a really good Build-A-Figure, and I still really like him, so yeah. Okay, so for our number 6 spot, we have Captain Foxy. So yeah, this figure I think is really good. It came out in the Curse of Dreadbear line, and a lot of figures from that line are actually pretty accurate, but this guy I think is definitely the most accurate from that line. He has his coat and his like little like endoskeleton legs. They finally got it colored right, and I also think he's just really cool looking. He got his hat, as you can see too. My only problem is that he's a bit too orange. He's definitely a bit more dark red in the game, but in this figure he's for some reason super orange. But yeah, there's not much else to say about this figure. He only really has one thing wrong, and that's just that he's too orange. Everything else about him is just perfect. I think they did a great job on this figure. Okay, so for our number 5th spot, we have Scrapababy. So yeah, this figure I think looks really cool. I think they did a great job on this figure, showing how Scrapababy looks like from FNAF 6. I think she should have a bit more depth though, as she does look really flat, honestly. And in the game, she's very like detailed and stuff. And this figure, don't get me wrong, is very detailed and probably the best Build-A-Figure that Funko has made so far. And she was the last one too. But overall, she has a lot of details and stuff, but she is missing like some details here and there. As you can see, like in her chest, it's a bit plain and barren. But yeah, I think they could definitely do some more stuff on her. Overall, she's still a really good figure. Okay, so for our next figure, taking up the number 4 spot, we have Eclipse from Security Room. So yeah, I think the figure looks really cool. I think they did an amazing job on him. He came out very recently, last year, like August or whatever. He was one of Funko's last figures made, in the last line that they made. So yeah, I think this figure looks really cool. As you can see, he has a bunch of details, a bunch of withering, and So a lot of depth too. Okay, so for our next figure, taking up the number 3rd spot, we have Ruined Chica from FNAF Security Breach. This is also the same line of figures that Eclipse came out in, and overall this figure is just really great. I think they did a great job on this figure, and it has a lot of details and a lot of care into it. And so yeah, I think it's just a great figure overall, and it's probably my favorite Ruin figure that they've made so far. So yeah, anyways, our next one taking up the number 2 spot is Ruin Roxy. This one's also from the same line. Overall, they did a great job on these 3 figures. But yeah, Ruin Roxy I think is the best one out of all of them in terms of accuracy and looks. I think they just nailed how she actually looks like from the game. And she has a lot of details on her, as you can see. Her head looks phenomenal, and it's actually hollowed out too, which they rarely ever do that for figure mouse. They did it like once for Liberty Chica, I think, but never again. So yeah, it's a very good. Okay, so for our first place figure, we have Funtime Freddy. So yeah, this figure is amazing in my opinion. I think it's the best Funko figure that has been made so far. As you can see, they colored his joints on his arms to be pink, which is accurate to how he looks like in the game. He also just has a lot of details that are correct on him. And as you can see, he does have Bonbon, which is just so cool looking. They did a great job on him. But yeah, overall, he's just a great figure. He looks so cool, and it's very accurate. So that's what gets him this number 1 spot. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you all enjoyed. So yeah, I really appreciate all watching to the end. And so yeah, if you guys could like and subscribe, that would help my channel out a lot. And bye.